y'all, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I am iteshamarie, and if you read the title and you already clicked on this video, then you know why we're here. Today we are going to be reviewing the new Danessa Myricks Lightwork 5 palette. This is Danessa's newest launch. I'm very excited to try this because I have not tried any of her Lightworks palettes and I have heard nothing but great things about them. So if y'all are interested in seeing me swatch this, use it on my eyes, on my face, and give you my thoughts on it, letting you know if you should pick it up too, then let's go ahead and get right into it. So this is how the palette looks. Very, very pretty. I actually really love this marble watercolor pattern on it. These are the shadows. So as you can see, and if you didn't already know, this is an all shimmer palette. Now Danessa did say that this has 7 different finishes in it. All of the different finishes are listed on this little plastic sheet here. So you have your Heavenly Halos here, which are these 4 shades. And then you have a Fusion Flake, which is this one here in the center. You have your Silk Press Shifters, and you have Whipped Powder Shifters. And then you also have your Molten Metal, which is this one. It's the only one in the palette. You have Suede Shimmers, and you have 1 Cushion Chrome. That's a lot of different finishes. The very top row is the soft energy. So these are going to be like your softer shimmer shades. So if you like to do like more soft glam looks, those are going to be the shades you want to use. And I would think that these are also the shades that you could use like as highlighters. And then your middle row is going to be the bold energy. So those are going to be the ones that are going to be like bam in your face. And then you have your grounding energy shades at the bottom. Let's go ahead and get into some swatches because I know that y'all want to see them. This is the first row, which is soft energy. First thing that comes to mind is this middle shade Centered, which is this one right here in the pan. It looks orange in the pan, but on my skin, I don't know, it looks golden. It has a lot of, these colors have a lot of shifts to them. So it's going to be really hard for you to like really see the shifts on camera, but I'll describe them to you to the best of my ability. But what I was going to say about Centered is that it feels wet when I put my finger in the pan, and it has like big chunky flakes in it. Okay, so these are, I wanted to show y'all this. This is how the shades look before I actually go and swatch them on my arm. But I feel like this is the best way for me to give y'all the colors. So the first one is giving me like a mermaid, bluish purple, like teal, maybe, I don't know, like a bluish purple teal. That one is strong, so this one. The next one is Brave. She's pretty. She has like a pink, blue, greenish, goldish. On camera it looks green, but in the pan it looks silver. Some of the shades when you swatch them don't look anything like they do in the pan, which is like mind-blowing to me. The next one on my finger, it looks like a orangey, goldish, maroon shade. And when I swatch it, it has like green in it, but on camera it's showing like reddish. One called Fearless. Girl, I don't even know. Like, it's so crazy and shifty. It has some green in it, maybe some champagne, maybe a bit of pinkish orangish. And then this is how it swatches. All right, let's keep going before this video just gets too long. These are the rest of the bold energy shades that I'm swatching right now. And you can see they are just like going on so smoothly, so gorgeous. I wish that y'all could see the shifts and the colors that I am seeing because they are like really crazy in person. Okay, so the bottom 5 are the grounding energy. These are the ones that don't really have too much of a shift from them. What you see in the pan is pretty much what you get. But what I can say about the swatches is that they feel very, very creamy, even though they are not cream shadows. The bottom row, the ones that are the suede shimmers, they do have like a very suede type of feel. They feel exactly like suede, actually. It's blowing my mind, so I'm having a hard time like telling y'all my thoughts, but these are nice. I see the reason for the $125 price tag. So because this is an all shimmer palette, I'm going to use Groundwork because this is an all matte palette. Literally my favorite palette right now. My favorite palette since I've gotten it. So I'm actually going to start out with Harvest. I guess it's my favorite shade in the palette. It's hard to say which one's my favorite because I love them all for different things, but I love Harvest on my eyes. I also love it as a bronzer, but especially on my eyes because it's just one of those colors where it can just be used as one shade all over the lid, and it's just so gorgeous. Now, as I'm putting this on my eyes, I am gonna tell y'all that I have no idea whatsoever which of these shimmers I'm about to put on my eyes. Like, I have no idea what type of look I wanna do. I don't even know what color I'm going for, what story we're trying to give today. Girl, I don't know. I'm just winging it. All right, now y'all see like how I could literally just be done. So I love this palette. Like, it's just, oof, it gets me. Back to Lightwork 5. I kind of feel like I want to give y'all maybe some pink, maybe Love and Healed. Let me swatch them again just to see how they look as a reminder. So it's getting like pinkish and purplish. I'm gonna go in with one eye with my fingers and then the other eye with a brush, just so that we can see like how they actually go on. Oh my god, that is so freaking pretty. I'm back again with a different camera because every time I try to record, my phone dies on me. So I definitely need to be buying a new phone very, very soon. So I've got Healed on my right eye, and again, I used my finger for my right eye. Now I'm gonna be using just this kind of like a flat shadow brush, and see how it goes on with the brush. Okay, yep, it goes on just as nice with the brush. And it's so easy to work with. I'll bring it a little further up on my lid, just so that y'all can see it when my eyes are open. And it's definitely giving bold energy. I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna go in with Protected in the center, directly on top of Healed. And then I'm gonna go in with Love in my inner corner. Okay, now I see. I don't know if y'all can see, but it's giving it like a little extra shift. So I have it on this eye, and I don't have it on this one. Can y'all tell the difference? All right, I'm gonna put it on this eye too. All right, now right next to that, I'm gonna go in with Loved, which is the shade right next to Healed. Okay, like swatching, putting it on my eye. Oh no, it looks different than it looked when I swatched it on my arm. This is totally out of my comfort zone, y'all. It's like really glittery on my eye. But I already got it on there, so we gotta keep going. I used 3 shades, and I only plan to use 2. I use Healed, which is the purple shade. I use Protected from Soft Energy in the center, just in the very center of the purple. And then I use Loved from Bold Energy, which is the shade that you see in my inner corner, which is kind of like that pinkish reddish, like very sparkly shade. I definitely can't go in with anything else on my eyes without just looking crazy. So Danessa said that this is a eye and face palette. So I'm thinking that these shades can be used as like highlighter or like a highlighter blush if you want to. Since I already have on blush and I don't have on highlighter, I am gonna use one of these shades as highlighter. I think I'm gonna go in with Radiant. It's like a peachy gold with like a hint of maybe green shimmer to it. She's very sparkly, okay? She is very sparkly. You can't see all the sparkle on the camera. It just looks like a pretty highlight on camera, but in person it's very like glittery. I'll even put a little bit here. Yeah, even like when I put it at the tip of my nose, I'm not mad at it. It doesn't look bad at all. It's actually kind of cute. This is it, y'all. This is the final look using the Danessa Myricks Lightwork 5 palette. I honestly feel like I am not doing this palette justice because, I mean, obviously I can't put all of these shimmers on my face at once. This is a palette with 18 different shimmers, but I did put 3 of the shades on my eyes, and I used one of the shades as a highlight on my cheeks. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about the highlight first. Like I said, looking at camera, I think it looks really, really pretty. Even in person, if you like the type of highlight that you can kind of see the glitter a little bit, then you would like this. And even like on my nose, it doesn't look overdone. It looks pretty. Now the shadow is really pretty. And honestly, it was very easy to work with. Like I told you, the shadows feel really creamy. They're very easy to work with. I'm actually really surprised. I thought I was gonna have a hard time, but they literally glided right on with my finger and with a brush. Do I like this palette? Yes. Would I say that it is beginner friendly though? No. And the reason that I say that is because, again, it's an all shimmer palette. So if you're a beginner, you're gonna have to use 2 palettes in one eye look in order to like bring it all together, and that might not be very beginner friendly, right? Another reason that I would not say this palette is beginner friendly is because of all of the different shades. I'm not a beginner with makeup, but even I kind of got a little bit overwhelmed. I have so many colors to choose from, and then it's like I have to swatch the color before I put it on my eye because I know that they have like that shiftiness to them. They look different in the pan than they're gonna look on your skin. Some of them do. I have to be careful with like what story I'm trying to create and what I'm actually putting on my eyes. I wouldn't call it a con, but that's another reason why I would say that this is not a beginner friendly palette. Now, who do I think that this palette is good for? I think that this palette is gonna be great for the girls that like really out there looks, that love shimmers, makeup artists. I think this is gonna be great for makeup artists. You can use this one palette for all of your looks with shimmer. Like, this could be your one and done palette for shimmers. I think this is also great for the girl that wants to try one of Danessa Myricks Lightwork palettes. Like if you've never tried a Danessa Myricks Lightwork palette and you really want to get your hands on one, I think this is probably the best one to do it with, being that you get 18 shades in here. It's a great value for what you're getting. Would I reach for it again? Absolutely. When I want to use shimmers, I would absolutely reach for this palette again, just because it's so easy to work with. And I keep wanting to compare it to Pat McGrath's palettes. They are the same price. In comparison to Pat McGrath's palettes though, and I find that her shadows, in my opinion, are not the easiest to work with. And I just really don't enjoy using them. They look really pretty, and the quality of the like actual palette for Pat McGrath are really, really nice and just feel luxurious. But I think I have like the Divine Rose palette. I don't even know what it is, girl, but I've used that palette twice and I've had the palette for maybe 2 or 3 years. So I definitely did not get my money's worth. I probably will either give it to somebody or sell it. I don't know. But I would definitely reach for this palette any day over Pat McGrath. So yeah, I would recommend this palette, but not if you're a beginner. I would also say to go swatch it in store. If you have a Sephora near you or like any store that carries this palette, and you're able to go swatch it, I would say definitely do that first, because the swatches that y'all are seeing like online or the swatches that I did are just really not doing them justice. Like you just can't see the shifts and the textures and everything as good as you would be able to in person. So that is it, you guys. You can pick this palette up at Sephora, on Danessa Myricks' website. I will leave the link in the description box for both of those. Also, I do want to let y'all know Sephora does have their VIB sale coming up very, very soon. I think it's coming up next week. And depending on what level you are, you can get some money off of this palette. So I would recommend to wait until the Sephora sale starts to grab this one on their website. But yeah, if you guys have any questions for me about the palette, about this look, about anything else that I'm wearing on my face right now, then leave it down below in the comments. Thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you like this type of content, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and that you have your post notifications turned on so that you don't miss it anytime I upload a new video. And I will see y'all in the next one. Alrighty, bye.